ever wondered why oil prices globally are quoted in US dollars? That's the petrodollar system at work. But what exactly is the petrodollar? Well, let's take a trip back in time to the early 1970s. The world was a different place, and the US had just abandoned the gold standard. This left the dollar without a physical asset to back its value. Around the same time, the US was dealing with the effects of the oil embargo, which had caused a significant spike in oil prices. In this climate, the US struck a deal with Saudi Arabia, one of the world's largest oil producers. The agreement was simple. Saudi Arabia would sell its oil in US dollars, and in return, the US would offer military protection to the Saudi kingdom. This agreement was soon adopted by the other members of OPEC, the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, which further cemented the US dollar's role in global oil trade. This system, where oil transactions are made in US dollars, is what we call the petrodollar system. It allows the US to borrow at lower costs, as the demand for dollars remains high due to its role in the oil trade. It also gives the US an advantage in that it can buy oil using its own currency, unlike other countries that have to exchange their currency for dollars first. In essence, the petrodollar system has created a scenario where the US dollar is the de facto global currency for oil trade. It's like having a monopoly on the currency used in a global game of Monopoly. So the petrodollar was born, setting the stage for the US dollar to dominate global oil trade. Now that we know what the petrodollar is, let's delve into its benefits. The petrodollar system has been instrumental in shaping the global financial landscape, and its advantages are manifold. Firstly, it has fostered economic stability. The petrodollar system has made oil a vital global commodity available worldwide in a stable and predictable manner. By pricing oil in US dollars, it has reduced the risk of price fluctuations due to currency exchange rates, creating a more secure global economy. The petrodollar has also given a significant boost to the US economy. How, you ask? Well, because oil is traded in US dollars, countries have to hold large reserves of the currency. This demand for US dollars has allowed the United States to borrow at lower costs, fueling its economic growth and strength. Moreover, the petrodollar system has facilitated international trade. It has simplified transactions and reduced the costs associated with exchanging multiple currencies, making it easier for countries to conduct business with each other. This has encouraged global economic integration, fostering a sense of shared economic interest and interdependence. But perhaps the most substantial benefit of the petrodollar is the global dominance it has afforded the US dollar. As the world's primary reserve currency, the US dollar has enjoyed a unique position of power. This has not only bolstered the United States' economic standing, but also its geopolitical influence, shaping the international order in profound ways. However, it's worth noting that the petrodollar system isn't just beneficial for the US. Oil-producing countries too have reaped rewards. By selling their oil for US dollars, they have secured a steady stream of a strong and reliable currency, bolstering their own economic stability. Clearly, the petrodollar has brought significant benefits, particularly for the US, but it's not without its challenges. As with any system, the petrodollar faces its fair share of challenges. The global economic landscape is shifting, and with it, the dominance of the petrodollar is being questioned. Foremost among these challenges is the rise of other economies. BRICS countries, an acronym for Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are emerging as formidable players on the world stage. Their combined economic might is significant, and their potential to challenge the US dollar is real. In fact, there have been talks of a BRICS currency, which could pose a direct threat to the petrodollar system. China, in particular, has been making moves to internationalize its currency, the yuan. If successful, this could lead to a shift in global oil transactions from the US dollar to the yuan. Russia too has been exploring alternatives to the petrodollar, particularly in its transactions with China and Europe. The potential shift towards renewable energy is another challenge to the petrodollar. As the world becomes more conscious of the environmental impact of fossil fuels, there is a growing push towards renewable energy sources. This could reduce the demand for oil and, by extension, weaken the petrodollar system. Then there's the rise of cryptocurrencies. While still volatile and controversial, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin have the potential to disrupt traditional financial systems. Some even speculate that cryptocurrencies could one day be used for oil transactions, further challenging the dominance of the petrodollar. These challenges could potentially disrupt the petrodollar system. But what does the future hold? Predicting the future is no easy task, but we can make some educated guesses about the future of the petrodollar. As we stand on the precipice of a new era, the petrodollar's future seems intertwined with the broader geopolitical landscape and the emergence of rival currencies, such as those proposed by BRICS nations. It's undeniable that the petrodollar system has been an integral part of the global economy for decades. Its role in oil trading and the economic power it bestows upon the United States has been a steadying force in a fluctuating economic climate. However, the winds of change are blowing, and they carry with them the scent of a potential shift in the global economic order. The BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, are increasingly influential players on the world stage. They've expressed interest in developing a rival currency to challenge the dominance of the US dollar and, by extension, the petrodollar. This development could have far-reaching implications for the world and oil markets in general. A new currency could disrupt the petrodollar's stronghold, leading to a redistribution of global economic power. Moreover, the geopolitical climate is more unpredictable than ever. Regionally, we're seeing a shift towards energy independence, with countries exploring alternative energy sources and reducing their reliance on oil. This could impact the demand for dollars in oil transactions, possibly weakening the petrodollar's position. However, it's crucial to remember that the US dollar remains the world's leading reserve currency. Its stability, liquidity, and the sheer size of the US economy make it a tough contender to beat. Therefore, while the petrodollar faces significant challenges, it also has considerable staying power. In conclusion, the future of the petrodollar is uncertain. It's a complex system, influenced by an array of factors, from the rise of rival currencies to geopolitical shifts. However, the US dollar's continued dominance and the enduring importance of oil in the global economy suggest that the petrodollar may not be quite ready to relinquish its throne just yet. Only time will tell how these factors will influence the future of the petrodollar. So, we've taken a journey through the world of the petrodollar, from its inception to its potential future. In our exploration, we've discovered that the petrodollar system, born from an agreement between the United States and Saudi Arabia in the mid-70s, has had a significant impact on global oil trading. This system, which requires oil to be purchased in US dollars, has cemented the dominance of the US dollar as the world's reserve currency and provided substantial benefits to oil-producing nations. We also delved into the benefits of the petrodollar system, which extend beyond just the oil industry. The demand for US dollars has allowed the United States to maintain lower interest rates and borrow money at a more affordable rate. For oil-producing countries, the petrodollar system has provided a steady stream of demand for their oil exports. But the system is not without its challenges. As we discussed, the rise of the BRICS nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, and their proposal for a new global currency present a potential threat to the petrodollar. If successful, this new currency could shift the balance of power in the global economy, disrupting the status quo. Looking to the future, we considered the various factors that could influence the continued dominance of the petrodollar. Geopolitical tensions, the advent of cryptocurrencies, and the push towards renewable energy sources all represent potential challenges to the petrodollar system. However, the resilience and adaptability of this system should not be underestimated. As the world continues to evolve, so too will the petrodollar. Whether it will maintain its dominance or give way to a new system, the impact on the global economy will undoubtedly be profound.